Hello, everyone. Welcome to join RCNP course. Today, our topic is about the VPN introduction. Because we already know some basic protocol, how to establish the routing information and how to use some layer 2 function. So the message in the same segment or maybe in different IP segment, they also can communicate with each other. And today we talk about the topic about the VPN is used to solve some problem. For example, some headquarters in the branches or maybe mobile phone located in different city and how to wait our headquarters and then to get some resources. One solution is use the VPN technology. So about the introduction part, we only have a brief introduce to the VPN overview. We will explain what is a VPN, what is the advantage of the VPN, and also what's the classification of the VPN. But how to work of each VPN, we will explain in the next part. So first, let's say why we use this technology about the VPN. For example, like this topology, we will have the headquarters in one city, and another one maybe we will explain one branch in the city B, and also maybe on business, some employees will go to the other city, use our mobile phone or maybe our personal computer to work. But all of the branches and the mobile office worker, they want to visit our headquarters so we can get lots of resources. But between them, we have long distance and maybe we have a big internet. So usually, if we don't have the VPN technology, if branches want to visit a headquarters, how to establish the connection? Maybe they will use a dedicated line. And about the dedicated line, maybe you have to give expensive money to the ISP, to our carrier provider, so you can get some service from the ISP. So about this technology, you need a high cost. So this is one solution. And another one for our mobile office worker, maybe they were located in different city, maybe in the same city, but maybe they have to visit the customer. So they were located in different places. And how to visit the headquarters about these employees? Maybe they will access by the dialing up. So if you directly dial to access the internet, then to visit our headquarters, there is a disadvantage is it only can provide lower security. That means if someone uses the tool to get some packets from the dial up link, the attacker will know everything. So this is a disadvantage. So how to solve these two problems? Maybe the best solution is use the VPN technology, virtual private network. So about the VPN, this is a technology to establish a private network, but we can through a public network line, then we can transmit the private message. So the advantage of the VPN is we can use lower prices, but we can provide higher security. So the two features of the VPN is, the first is the voucher. Users do not need to deploy extra line, but use a line of operators to establish private network. That means between the branch and the headquarters, maybe we already establish some physical link and maybe maintained by the internet. Then we can directly establish a virtual network pass through this physical link. So this is a virtual. We don't need to use some special line like the fiber. So this is a virtual. And the second feature is private network. The user can customize the network based on their needs. For example, we can establish lots of VPNs and you can limit some features and control some special segments to wait each other, something like this. So this is very similar like we have a private network. So these are two features. And of course, in the real network, we see logically branches and headquarters, they have a logical network connect with each other, right? But finally, the message must be forwarded out, pass through the public network. So about the public network, why they can recognize this information and help you to forward to next hop devices? That's because we have some special encapsulation about the VPN. For example, like this topology, if we have two routers, route 1 and route 2, maybe in your real network, you will use special series devices. And these two routers must establish the edge network for our maybe headquarters and branches. And another site is connect with our internet. So this is a function and the location of the route 1 and route 2. And then now you will find if our PC A want to visit our PC B, but they must pass through a public network, like the middle network between route 1 and route 2. Maybe there is an internet. We have lots of devices. And here we will have two types of protocol B and protocol A. B and A means protocol B and protocol A cannot directly to recognize the original packets. For example, if the left private network, you use the IPv6 protocol, and about the protocol A, your internet use IPv4. If you directly send the IPv6 message to the public network, the devices cannot recognize. And finally, I will direct to discard the packets. And also maybe now in your city, you don't deploy the IPv6, but in your company, maybe you use a private IPv4, right? For example, the segment is 10.0.0.8. You use this segment. And about the private segment, that means all the different company, maybe they will design the same private network. So the private IP packets cannot directly send to the public IPv4 network because we don't have the routing information. So this is the definition of protocol B and protocol A. If I directly send the message to protocol A, all the devices cannot help us to forward the message. So if you want to establish the VPN, you must to add some special information, and then the public network devices can recognize and also can help you to forward the message out. So this is the encapsulation. So if you want to use the VPN in the route 1 and route 2, first step, you must establish the tunnel. The tunnel is you can think this is a logical link. And then the message sent out, we will do some special encapsulation. For example, about the PCA, we also only send out the protocol B packets. For example, the source IP and the destination IP address is a private IPv4 address. Then route 1 receive it because route 1 connects the private and the public together. So we have to add something then to let the protocol A devices can recognize. So the route 1 will add some special message like the red and the yellow part. So what's the information in the red and the yellow? Let's see. Here is the encapsulation. About our message, we will have date and also the protocol B header. Maybe it's private, the IP address, right? Source IP and the destination IP. Then round one have to add the yellow part, we call it encapsulate protocol header. This one will decide which VPN you want to use, because we have lots of VPNs. And another is protocol A header. And about this part added, then all the devices in the internet, maybe it's route 3. Maybe here is the route 3. Then the route 3 will forward the message according to the protocol A header. We don't know what's the information of the encapsulate protocol header. We don't know what's the private IP address. I only forward the message according to the red part. So this is a function of the route 1. In each part, we have the special name for the information. This part we call is bearer protocol. And about this protocol must be used for the public part. And the yellow part we call is encapsulated protocol, and we will have different type. Like usually maybe you already use in your network like IPv6, like GRE, or maybe other. All these VPNs will have special header to indicate the VPN classification. And about the blue one, we call is payload protocol from the protocol B. Okay, so this is the VPN encapsulation. Then when route 2 receives this message, because now the route 2 also connect with our protocol A and the protocol B. Like the protocol A devices, we cannot recognize protocol B information, right? So the same in the protocol B, all the network devices also cannot recognize protocol A. So the route 2 have to delete the information except protocol B. So route 2 will delete the bearer protocol, delete the encapsulate protocol, and finally only send out the message of the protocol B to the terminal. So this is the VPN encapsulation. And if you don't add any configuration for route 1 and route 2, this router cannot help us to do the encapsulation and also the de-encapsulation. So you must add some special configuration. And according to different payload protocol, different layer, we also can provide some classification for the VPN, like application layer, SSL VPN. Network layer VPN, we also call L3 VPN, IPsec VPN, GRE VPN. And about the data link layer is we also call L2 VPN, like L2TP VPN. So this protocol will encapsulate maybe layer 3 packets, maybe layer 2, 3, maybe directed to encapsulate our application layer. So this is the classification. And the different one like the layer 2 and the layer 3. If we use the layer 3 function, layer 3 VPN, that means this protocol B, we will directly encapsulate our IP header. This part, we will add some source IP address and destination IP address. But if we use the layer 2 VPN, the protocol B is Ethernet or maybe PPP protocol. We will see some source MAC address and the destination MAC address information, something like this. So this is the classification. And another one is the VPN application scenario. You can divide it to become site to site or maybe client to site. Site to site means we will use a VPN to connect to two LANs, like branch and headquarters. Then all the terminal connect with this layer 3 function, this layer 3 devices. Then they about the terminals only directly send the private information, and the branch will help us to do the encapsulation and transmit, and then force the message out. When headquarter device receive it, we will do the de-encapsulation, delete the public header, and finally send to the terminal. This is site-to-site. Later, we will explain IPsec VPN, GIE VPN, and also L2TP VPN. These three VPNs can support the mode of site-to-site. And another one is client-to-site. This one is used to connect our mobile client to enterprise device. So if the terminal uses a client-to-site VPN, they can directly establish the tunnel with our headquarters. Then we can visit some resources. So the typical VPN like SSL VPN and L2TP VPN, these two VPNs can support the client-to-site mode. So this is a basic about the VPN introduction. And about this part, we only explain for you what is the VPN, what is the advantage, and what's the special encapsulation of the VPN, and what's the different classification of the VPN. And later, we will explain some detailed VPN, how to work, and how to provide the security function, something like this. Thank you.